Brothers and sisters, I want to bring you up on something. It makes me sick to my stomach that I have to cover this stuff for Tim, but I feel driven. It's weird. It's not weird. It's just, let's say you're on a, okay, I look at my channel as something that I wanted to enjoy. I wanted to turn into a small business and maybe eventually a bigger podcast. I've been having problems with that because I'm covering the Tim stuff. I feel like I know I have lost subscribers. I have lost followers. I've lost people that said that they didn't come to the platform for this kind of stuff. Um, it's been hard and it's sad. Imagine if you're on a Disneyland trip and you have to stop doing what you're doing because of some catastrophe. You have to stop enjoying. You, let's say you're at Disneyland and a roller coaster crashes and you can go, oh well, okay, scatterbrain, sorry, it's early in the morning. You're you witness this catastrophe. You can make two choices. You've got two choices. You can take the family and go, well, this is messy, we need to continue our vacation because this is why we came here, and walk on. Or you can say, honey, you need to take the kids back to the hotel room. I need to help this um, with these people that are hurt until more paramedics get here or something. In other words, sometimes you have to stop and take care of messy things and help your fellow man. I'm not going to leave my fellow man on the side of the road or stranded in a storm. We tend to use those parables in spiritual formats when we're talking about Christ calming the storm. Aren't we supposed to be saviors on Mount Zion? And that doesn't just mean to our kindred dead in temples. That means to people that are alive out here. And it doesn't mean just sharing the gospel, which I know that I need to do a better job at. And I'm not just talking about on social media. I'm talking about in person, in my neighborhood, doing my ministering. I need to do a better job at that. But I'm talking about everything. The gospel encompasses everything. So sometimes we do have to stop on our journey, our fun vacation or journey or whatever we're doing in life and go, guess what? These are the messy things. By the way, an update on my son, who everybody fasted and prayed for. He's checked himself into a 6-month program where he's going to get help. Hopefully he will stay there. My hair is so messed up right now. And hopefully this will be something, because I usually wear gel. Hopefully this is something that he continues and he doesn't prematurely leave the program. But that's an answer to your fasting and your prayers. Like thousands of people putting his name in temples and fasting and praying. Thank you. Hopefully this will pan out. And he might have years ahead of more stumbling before he gets it right. We all do. I've had many years of my own stumbling. But that's why I'm covering the Tim Ballard stuff, and it messed me up, man. It screwed things up. And I haven't had time to cover things pertaining to the gospel because lately there's just been a lot of stuff come out. And he's been counter attacking. You know, like a little village that's constantly being attacked, and you have to keep counter attacking. And I decided to join his little army and help. And I'm not getting my word out. As a matter of fact, YouTube is not recommending those videos that we put out about Tim, so I have to use his Instagram platform at times to get it out there. So you might be one of the people watching this that say, "Yeah, I didn't come here for this kind of stuff." I'm sorry. I love the gospel, and I really would rather be just reporting on other things, talking. My platform's not. We don't just talk about theology. I talk about the social ills of the day. I talk about everything. My platform encompasses all things related to Utah, Idaho, the church, and nefarious things sometimes that are going on in the world that I feel you have a right to know about, and and just food for thought, where I just show you something and talk about it and go, what do you think about this? So yeah, I'm not apologizing for covering this Tim stuff, but like for instance, the stuff that just came, and I just put up a post. Go check out the post. But the stuff that just came out, um, and Tim's reacting to it today. There's a video going up. He's going to talk about his intimate relationship with Elder Ballard, and a blessing that he received several years before all of this stuff happened to him in 2013 or 14. You need to listen to that. He's also going to talk about the real allegation. He's going to talk about the women, and even this, ironically, this um, New York Times piece, and a lot of other things. And you really need to listen, because there's another side of the story. So this is the gospel. You know, the war chapters. It's like the people that want to skip over the war chapters and go, "What does this mean?" Well, yeah. Others will go, "Well, it's strategic for your spiritual warfare. It's a type." Well, yeah, it's a type, but life is a type. I don't think Christ would just sit back. I, I think Christ understands that I have a right to stand up for somebody, and that I have an obligation to help my fellow man. That doesn't mean that I get joy, and I'm not trying to slander the women either. But if there are people doing things to get gain for the wrong reasons, then sometimes they have to be shown in the true light that they are portraying themselves in. So anyway, I love you guys so much. Um, Pay attention to the tender mercies of God. My channel numbers have gone way down, my videos, because of this. But I decided I'm not gonna. I might hand off the baton pretty soon, because Tim is winning all of this stuff. There's like been 12 different claims that have been dropped by the judge, and what happened in Cartagena with Kelly Suarez, where she was found guilty of pimping, which is, if you translate pimping, it's the same thing. What's the difference? She pimped a child, and then you see the anti-Mormon podcaster. I'm tired of throwing her name up because I don't want to give her any publicity, but and Ryan Fisher saying, well, she was just found guilty of pimping, not trafficking. Well, what's the difference? There's no difference. There's no difference. Okay, there's no. One is not more eloquent than the other, or what am I trying to say? Um, more refined or more dignified. It's trafficking, okay? And yeah, so, and the reason she did 18 months and got out was because the law there in Colombia is if you don't get a speedy trial, they have to release you in 18 months. So she didn't get sentenced there. The other thing is you're going to find out is that the attorneys, um, the Rasmussen and Mortensen, were not her defense attorneys. Those were separate. Rasmussen, they went up there to take a picture with her. They were there to make money. Those were not her defense attorneys. Do you get it? They were opportunists. This is evil. Okay? Tim Ballard, I've been around him enough to know that God guides him. Little tender mercies come up all the time. And he is being guided. But guess what? Satan knows that he could expose a lot of officials. And it is true. There's been abuse. There's been a lot of abuse. And Tim's told me within even people that these trafficked children, when they go to these recovery centers, they've been abused again there. And they've been abused by prominent Latter-day Saint politicians even. Brothers and sisters, we're in a messy time. And it's going to get worse. Anyway, stay tuned for the video. That'll be up in within an hour, I think, of my interview with Tim Ballard.